Lesson 63.
Repeat.
Issue. Magazine. Newspaper.
Explanation.
The main meaning of the word issue is similar to the word problem. A secondary meaning is one magazine or newspaper for that week or month.
Questions.
If you have an issue, should you try to solve it? If you have an issue, should you try to solve it? Yes, if I have an issue, I should try to solve it. Do most magazines have a new issue once a month? Do most magazines have a new issue once a month? Yes, most magazines have a new issue once a month. What came first, magazines or newspapers? What came first, magazines or newspapers? Newspapers came first.
Repeat.
We have. We've.
Explanation.
We've is the contraction of we have.
Questions.
What's the contraction of we have? What's the contraction of we have? The contraction of we have is we've. What's the contraction of we have a lot of time? What's the contraction of we have a lot of time? The contraction of we have a lot of time is we've a lot of time.
Repeat.
They have. They've.
Explanation.
They've is the contraction of they have.
Questions.
What's the contraction of they have? What's the contraction of they have? The contraction of they have is they've. What's the contraction of they have good books to read? What's the contraction of they have good books to read? The contraction of they have good books to read is they've good books to read.
Repeat.
Since.
Explanation.
Since is a word that indicates when something started. For example, I have been a teacher since I was 20 years old, or I have been teaching you since 3 months ago.
Questions.
Have you been speaking since you were born? Have you been speaking since you were born? No, I haven't been speaking since I was born. Have you been here since 4 a.m.? Have you been here since 4 a.m.? No, I haven't been here since 4 a.m. Has he probably been playing soccer since he was a kid? Has he probably been playing soccer since he was a kid? Yes, he has probably been playing soccer since he was a kid. Have we been breathing since we were born? Have we been breathing since we were born? Yes, we've been breathing since we were born.
Repeat.
Succeed. Tried.
Explanation.
To succeed means to have success. Tried is the past of try.
Questions.
What's the past of try? What's the past of try? The past of try is tried. How do we spell tried? How do we spell tried? We spell tried T-R-I-E-D. What does succeed mean? What does succeed mean? Succeed means to have success. If you tried to succeed, would you have success someday? If you tried to succeed, would you have success someday? Yes, if I tried to succeed, I'd have success someday.
Repeat.
Kill. Die. Survive.
Explanation.
If you try to kill something and you succeed, that thing dies. If you don't succeed and that thing doesn't die, it survives.
Questions.
If someone tried to kill you but you survived, does it mean you died? If someone tried to kill you but you survived, does it mean you died? No, if someone tried to kill me but I survived, it doesn't mean I died. Would you survive without food and water for days? Would you survive without food and water for days? No, I wouldn't survive without food and water for days. Will we all die someday? Will we all die someday? Yes, we will all die someday. Is the law in your country against people who kill? Is the law in your country against people who kill? Yes, the law in my country is against people who kill.
Repeat.
Play. Player. Drive. Driver. Teach. Teacher. Cook. Cook.
Explanation.
A person who plays is called a player. A person who drives is called a driver. A person who teaches is called a teacher. Cook is an exception, because a person who cooks is not called a cooker. but he or she is called a cook. The same exact word.
Questions.
What is a person who plays? What is a person who plays? A person who plays is a player. What is a person who drives? What is a person who drives? A person who drives is a driver. What is a person who teaches? What is a person who teaches? A person who teaches is a teacher. What is a person who cooks? What is a person who cooks? A person who cooks is a cook. Is a person who cooks called a cooker? Is a person who cooks called a cooker? No, a person who cooks isn't called a cooker. He or she is called a cook.